You know what, Coach? That's a heck of a performance by your squad. Great offensive standout by Ty Yoder, but I think what really stands out tonight is there weren't too many big negatives. The power play broke through. PK had one goal against it, but was otherwise really good, and you did not give the Drumheller Dragons very much in this game, even though it was close for most of it.
Absolutely. Like, I think if you look at our games last weekend, our biggest thing was we weren't great defensively, gave up too many goals, and that was kind of in this barn. Everything's tight, everything's contained, so we just needed to do a job there with regards to good sticks, closing gaps, and we did that tonight. That second period, they had one. That their goal was their only shot that we allowed in kind of that middle of the ice. So I thought defensively good, and then offensively we went.
What did you think, especially the way your team responded in the first period? You go down one off of just a tough turnover in your own zone, but then you guys responded less than a minute later. That's got to be something you guys like.
Yeah, 100%. Like, I think even looking at the game up till that point, we were doing a lot of things positive, and the biggest one with that, something negative happens with regards to a goal. We just stayed focused and kind of continued with what brought us success.
We saw Ethan Rowland's debut tonight as an Okotoks Oiler, and in the pregame, Tyler Dice, when I asked about what he brought to the table, the very first thing he said was, he's fast. And we definitely saw that a lot out here on the ice tonight. Probably could have had a couple of points, but Drum's goaltender had a pretty good effort himself as well. What did you think of what you saw from Ethan in his first game, and how that can continue to build into being a productive member of this team?
Well, and just regards to the speed, worked with a lot of players. He's a kid I've known out of Bantam, had the opportunity to coach him at a younger age at Alberta Cup, and his entire career, that's what it's been built around, is his speed. And the cool thing with regards to him, he can move fast. He can make plays at top speed, and he can think the game with moving the feet. So I really liked what he did tonight. I thought he pushed the pace quite aggressively up front, and he hasn't played in a while, so he's just going to get more and more comfortable with regards to that, and he'll be a very cool, productive piece.
Got to hone in a bit on the power play. 2 big goals for it. Not many opportunities tonight either. So what was going so well on special teams for this team? Was it or were the players doing anything differently, or were they just kind of finally being rewarded for good things they'd been doing before?
No, I think the puck movement, we did quite well with regards to support, but I think the biggest thing was our mindset with shooting. So, you look at our power play throughout the course of the season, started in a sense where we weren't moving and supporting pucks positively. We got to that, and then, we struggled with actually getting things through, so the movement was good, but it was a lot of perimeter. And I thought today, puck movement was positive, but always with the mindset of getting things off and then just being stingy and crashing, getting those seconds.
Speaking with Oilers assistant coach Reed Nadowich, and I got to ask you about Ty Yoder specifically. 2 big goals for him in this one. That blast from the point, that it was really a key one in that third period. What have you guys as a staff thought about how he's really seemed to grow into his role as an offensive leader this year?
Well, the biggest, same thing, we've known him for years with regards to skill development. He's always a guy, fundamentally very naturally skilled. Vision's good, calm, composed with the puck. I think, adding a guy like Roland to his line too with regards to the speed, Roland can go in, turn things over, and as long as he's able to kind of locate and hit Yoder has a good eye and a good finish. Extremely positive with him. He worked hard defensively. He was aggressive on back checks. He broke up that one play in the third period where they had a nice little drive. He disrupted it with a good stick. So I think biggest thing with him when he's on his game, he's good in the defensive zone, and then fast in the neutral zone, and then he just likes to play in that O zone. The more he can stay there, the better it is for the team.
Of course, tomorrow night you got a team coming into town where it's very tough to get into that O zone and stay there very much, because Spruce Grove's always a very well-coached team that executes extremely well. What do you guys expect out of them, and what are you most trying to drill into this group as they try to keep this momentum going? That's 10 straight games without a regulation loss, but maybe the biggest test is coming up tomorrow night.
Yeah, Spruce Grove, done quite a bit of video work with regards to them this week. Obviously they moved the puck well. Similar game plan with regards to tonight. It's all with the defensive play and the heaviness on our back check. We need to be able to identify and eliminate all of their opportunities off a rush, and if you look at majority of their goals, that's where they're getting those things. So being mindful of that, just working aggressively hard defensively, and then offensively mass producing our shots to the net, and just stingy aggressive in terms of the middle.
All right, well, Reed, appreciate the time as always. Good luck tomorrow night.
Thanks, King.